Tonight, I talk about Skid Row's Slave to the Grind right here in the Hairband Basement. Welcome to the Hairband Basement. I'm your host, Basement Brian, and tonight, less than a week ago, was let me get my numbers right here, the 34th anniversary of Slave to the Grind, the second album by Skid Row. And I kind of want to make a quick video talking about it, kind of celebrate its anniversary, because I'll say this right now, that album is fucking killer.
That's a 10.
Every song is great. I mean, you ask anyone, they'll say it's Skid Row's best album. I have to agree with it. The debut is really good too, but this just took that little extra push and just went over the edge on fucking kick-assness. If that's a word. The album was released on June 11th, 1991, and everybody was waiting for this thing. The anticipation for it was through the roof. I mean, their debut album sold 5 million copies off the hits of 18 in Life, I Remember You, Youth Gone Wild. So that album was huge, so everyone was waiting for this thing. And it was the first heavy metal album to go number one, debut at number one. That's how much people wanted this fucking thing. One thing about it though was the fact that they changed the way they would kind of record record sales. They actually looked at how many records were being sold. The old way was something like they kind of guesstimated and said, yeah, I think we got this amount. They're gone. I guess they got sold, or kind of made it up almost. Really wasn't 100% accurate. This, they finally started counting the actual sales, a little more accurate. And this kind of, helped them go number one. I don't know if that would have happened with the old system. We all know with this album, they went heavier. Some of the content's a little more darker, and it's just fucking great. Amazingly, it only sold 2 million copies. And a lot of that was sold when it first, but half of that was sold when it first came out. It didn't hit 2 million until 1998. I don't know what people were thinking.
What are you people? On dope?
I have no clue why this didn't do as well. Maybe because it didn't have the commercial sound to it. Maybe people weren't really into the heavy sound it offered. But I mean, it's a great album. Yeah, there was no lovey-dovey song like I Remember You on it. Maybe that's what did it. I don't know. Let's take a look at this album cover here. I think it's really good. I like this one. It has a lot of stuff going on. This mural was done by Sebastian Bach's father, and it's based off the picture or painting by, I got the name right, Caravaggio. Hope I said that right. The painting Burial of St. Lucy. So he based it off of that. And it must be nice to have a dad that can paint, so that way you don't have to pay anyone to do this shit. But it's got a lot going on here. I mean, the cover itself only shows the middle of the guy getting beat up, I guess. What's going on there? But if you look at the full picture, you got more stuff going on. There's someone looking in a window for reasons. Where's that window? That's weird. Like, it's right there. Like, is it just a wall? What the hell's going on there? Doesn't match up with the background. And then you got this woman just chilling, watching what's going on. But yeah, I think that's a really good cover. Probably one of the better ones in the genre. They use the old school Skid Row logo in the bottom there, and they changed it for the next album for some reason. But yeah, I think it's a really good album cover. I like album covers that got a lot of stuff going on, and this one's got it. Let's break down the tracks here. This fucking fantastic album. The first song and single from this album is Monkey Business. What a fantastic song. Oh my God. I remember this thing, heavy rotation on MTV, where everyone was just going crazy for it because it was new Skid Row stuff. It is such a kick-ass, balls-to-the-wall song. Starts off with that slow beginning. and then just kicks in and kicks ass. Fantastic song. Great way to start this album. I've always said this about first songs on an album. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the album, and this one definitely does it. I remember when it came out, I think I finished my first year in college, and my one friend, he just picked up the drums, and that's when I picked up bass, and we were like, oh, we're playing this song. We're definitely going to learn this song and do it. And my friend, like, I got to buy a cowbell to play the song. And oh, it's no problem. And we never did. Never. I still haven't learned how to play the song. 34 years later, I still haven't learned how to play it yet. I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, great song. I always like the line, freaks come out at 9, it's 20 to 10.
Hey, that's my escape pod. Who are you?
I'm the bearded lady. What are you, one of the freaks?
Fantastic stuff. Great album. Let's do the next one. The next song on this album was another single, Slave to the Grind, the title track. Not really one of my favorites off of it. I don't think it's a bad song at any means. I think there's better songs on the album. But this, some people are like, that's almost like a thrash song. Yeah, it's way heavier than anything on the debut album. Just, it's got a heavy vibe to it. And who isn't into a song about fucking working sucks and you working for, meager money for a meager paycheck, and you just day in and day out doing the same thing over and over. I don't remember the video I remember the video, but I was in college, didn't have cable, so I don't really remember seeing this a lot. Monkey Business I did, because it was during the summer and it was on MTV all the time. The third song on the album is The Threat, another just heavy killer song. Just rips. I mean, if you got this album and you weren't into it by this point, I don't know what's wrong with you, because the first 3 songs are just all ass kickers. The fourth song off this album, one of my favorites off the album, but also one of my favorite Skid Row songs, Quicksand Jesus. What an unbelievably amazing song. Oh my God. They released it as a single, but I don't remember seeing a video or hearing it anywhere. It's really one of those songs that, they have 5 singles off this? Yeah, they had 5 singles off this album. This is one of those singles where that just gets lost in the shuffle, especially by 91. Grunge was kind of starting to move on in. By 92, it was the rage, and yeah, a 5th single off Slave to the Grind was not gonna go big. Still, Quicksand Jesus is a fantastic song. Getting to this song with Rachel Bolan's bass, it's just, he's got a lot of, I'm not going to say he's like, he's a good bassist. I'm just saying he's good bassist. And that's one of the cool bass lines he's got on this album. I always like this playing. I'd like to take a little break in the action to thank you all for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. And let me talk about a couple of other things I got going on. First, you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at HB Basement. I'm always talking music there. And second, you can find the Hair Band Basement radio show on Stationhead. Download the app, and every Friday night at 8:30 Eastern, you can hear deep tracks from the greatest genre of music ever, hair metal. I also want to go through all my usual YouTube bullshit. Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, or go to hell, all that usual stuff. It helps the channel out. You know the drill. You've seen other places do this numerous times. Now, back to the entertainment. Speaking of another great bass line, and might be my favorite off this album, Psycho Love. Such a cool beginning to this song with that sweet bass line. It's got that, it's again a heavy song, but a lot of these songs are heavy and melodic. Always like the bass line of this one, especially that opening bass line is just fantastic. Yeah, it's just a powerful kick-ass song. Always like that one. All right, the next song, it depends what version you got, what the next song is. I got the version because I'm cool. I was a cool kid back then. I got the version that had the song "Get the Fuck Out" on it, and yeah, the lyrics. All right, kicking a woman out after you're done. Got it. We got it. I like the song. The song itself was good. The lyrics. I mean, all right, whatever. But the problem was it had the F word in it. Ooh. So places like Walmart wouldn't sell it. So you had to replace it. And they had a completely different song for it. Beggar's Day, which I don't think is a bad song. I like that song. Some people like it more than Get the Fuck Out. But I didn't. Like I said, I didn't have the version with Beggar's Day on it, and it wasn't until a good maybe 8 or 9 years later that I finally got to hear the song because I wasn't gonna buy another copy of a CD I already owned just for one song. That I wasn't gonna do it, and then once it might have been around 2000, no 2001, 2002, maybe might have been later. Uh, when you start downloading music from various sources, that's when I finally got to hear the song, and I'm like, that's a pretty kick-ass tune. That's a good song. Like, I don't know why they didn't just put both on it. Put both on it and have the censored version, one without "Get the Fuck Out" on it, and then just release that for your Walmart sissy pansy crowd that couldn't hit that mommy wouldn't let these kids get that song. The song was too bad. Ooh, curse words. But yeah, they decided to have a completely different song on it. Both I think are just as good. All right, the next one, "Living on a Chain Gang," another good one. Starts off with those heavy guitars and Sebastian Bach just coming in and killing it. 13-year-old boy robs a store so he can eat. They got him doing time while killers walk the street. Fantastic. Just fantastic. I mean, this whole album, again, is not a bad song, but yeah, I think the second half is a lot stronger than the first half, but that's not knocking the first half at all because this whole album is killer. Creep Show is another killer song, another heavy song. I always liked the line, "Much to my surprise, I caught it right between the thighs." And he also like, "Hit me with a shovel because I can't believe I dug you." Another great heavier song. Another song. They have three ballads on this one. The next one is "In a Darkened Room." Um, Part of me almost wished it's a good song. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but if they replaced this with "Beggar's Day," I would have no problem with it. Out of the three ballads on it, this is probably my least favorite. It's a solid song. I'm not knocking it. I'm not skipping it. Good stuff. They could have something else there. They had another one. They had another song sitting there just in case. But yeah, good song still. All right, the next one, "Riot Act." I always like that one. It's got a punk feel to it. If you listen to just the way the guitars and the bass are arranged in this, has a very punk sound to it. I always like this one too. This is a good one, to drive to and just get fucking ready to kick some ass too. I never wanted to be president because it's nothing but an ego trip. And I didn't want to end your education because it's nothing but a pile of shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
Great. Oh my God. But fantastic tune. A great killer tune. The next song, it's just ballsy. Mud Kicker. What a great tune. Oh my God. Just that opening riff. The whole song is just full of fucking anger and rage and just fucking it's awesome. Just so heavy. Again, there's nothing like these songs on the debut. Just so goddamn good. Just great stuff. Just great stuff. And the closing song, "Wasted Time," fantastic ballad, amazing song. That was released as a single as well because they had what was the single? They had this, "Wasted Time," "Quicksand Jesus," "In a Darkened Room," "Monkey Business," and the title track, "Slave to the Grind." Five songs as singles. That's a lot. That's good. That's a good amount. I think they only had four on the first one. But yeah, this one was made about it's about addiction basically, but it was written about Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses when he was going through. I think might have been he was kicked out by the time this album was released. I mean, the guy was such an addict that even Guns N' Roses kicked you out. If Guns N' Roses is kicking you out, you have a fucking problem. You gotta get that shit fixed. But he also got booted, and they only paid him like 20 grand. Till his mom, I think I said this, until his mom stepped in and said, "No, no, no, you earned more than 20,000 on on the biggest debut album ever. I think you deserve a little more money." And eventually, GNR did pay him, I think 2.6 or 7 million or something like that to make it up. But this song, I mean, it is. Oh God, if you want to write a song about drug abuse and the shit it does to you, this is a fantastic song. Oh, what a great, how this thing wasn't higher up. This song only went to 88 on Billboard, which is just fucking crazy. I don't understand. Like the highest charting single was Monkey Business. That went to 13. And then one other one went to 43, and that was it. That was it. I mean, off the first album, that I Remember You and 18 in Life were massive hits. And the fact that most of these songs really didn't get huge on such a kick-ass album is just insane to me. I don't understand what the hell's wrong with people? Why weren't you buying this album? I don't understand.
What are you people? On dope?
But I mean, like I said, it didn't go double platinum until 1998. They finally got certified 2 times platinum. So I think a lot of people ran out and bought it when it first came out, and then realized it wasn't the commercial sounding album like the debut, and then that was it. And plus grunge came in later. So if this album came out, I don't know, if it came out earlier, would it have done better? That you gotta, hats off to Skid Row to say, hey, look, we made it big with the debut. This album, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do, and put out an album this ballsy. Yeah, hats off to you. It should have been bigger, but unfortunately, it only sold 2 million as compared to the 5 million from the debut. And then a few years later, they released their final album with Sebastian Bach, Subhuman Race. Just wasn't not even near as good as this. But after that, Sebastian Bach was out of the band, and they've gone through a revolving door of different vocalists. They've had some good albums with different vocalists, but till this day, I think Slave to the Grind is their best album. And just gotta say, happy birthday to Slave to the Grind, 34 years old. Hey, tell me what you think about this album. Right down there in the comments. Put down whatever you feel. Maybe you like the debut better. Maybe this is your favorite album. Hey, speak your mind. Pretty much what this is all about. Until next time, keep your hair high and your metal horns even higher. Take care.
What are you people? On dope?
Brian, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know, really.